What's up, fish fam? Welcome back to another video. Now, a lot of you already know that I've just received a new Dennerley Shrimp King tank, a 10-gallon tank, which I cleaned up my room and put it up in there. Haven't unboxed it yet, but on Sunday I did shoot a video about my top 5 favorite fish for that tank. I went to the aquarium co-op, which is like a 30-minute drive, shot it all, even brought home one of my top 5 favorite fish, which are the clown killies, and decided I hate that video. I don't do top 5s. I know they will do very well in terms of views and stuff like that, but to me it just wasn't a good video, so I'm not even gonna release it. But what we are gonna do is we're gonna go tour Scottish Aquatics. Now, you guys may have seen him through Bob Steenfott's videos, but we're gonna go take a look at that now, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I know my last 3 videos have been crazy hectic with editing and fast-paced music and everything, so let's change that up a little bit. So let's go over there.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another tour of Scottish Aquatics. Hope you guys are enjoying the content so far. What we have here is my Discus tank. This is one of my favorite tanks. Now, these fish were originally gifted to me. I started with 6 of them. I had them for about 2 weeks, and within 2 weeks, they were so happy in their home that they were in. They started breeding, and next thing you know, I have a tank full of Discus. So we have a big happy home here with manzanita driftwood, lots of plants. Filtration's pretty simple. I got a couple hang-on back aqueons. We run sponge filters in here most of the time. I don't have them in here at the moment. I'm currently cleaning them. I don't CO2 this tank. I have lots of nutrients that I dose. I use Aqua Vitro Propel. I also use NV. Lots of different things for this. I also found all of these rocks, all of the hardscape, out in my front yard, so that was really cool. The fact that I have a nice little pile of fish tank decor in my front yard, so I take advantage of that as much as I can. What else can I tell you about this tank? We have lots of plants in here: Amazon swords, marble queen sword, tiger lotus, Vesuvius, which is one of my favorite plants back here. It's growing really well, spreading like crazy. We also have Valsenaria. And this is just the beginning of the tour, so I hope you guys enjoy the rest, and we'll go ahead and start talking about the next tank, huh? All right, here we are with my other 125-gallon. This one is actually a community fish tank. Heavily planted, as you can see, also non-CO2. I dose the same nutrients as the other tank. This tank has Mopani driftwood as opposed to manzanita in the other one. We have lots of Anubias, lots of Amazon swords. Those were spreading like crazy, so we got a high abundance of them. Some water wisteria, a couple Java ferns here and there. One of my favorite plants that's actually currently covered in blackbeard algae is a crypt calistrinum. Huge plant, gets really tall, long time to grow. Best bet is to leave it alone, let it do its thing. The inhabitants we have are angelfish, rainbow fish, platies, tetras, huge balla shark, doesn't bother anybody. Pangasius catfish that is going to eventually outgrow this tank. We have big plans in the future for that, so stick around for that. 3 of my favorite fish in here actually are called Pandagaras. They're kind of like autosynclists as far as what they do. They go around cleaning all my plants and keeping things taken care of. They do a great job of it. We have a bushfish in here that we had since he was a little guy, real small guy, real fun fish. Social like the Discus, he'll run up to the front of the tank and greet you every day and kind of want to know what you're doing. So All right, guys, what we got here are 2 tanks. This one's a 20 long. This one houses my leopard gecko. Real cool guy. His name is Nightcrawler. He comes out at night. If you guys ever seen X-Men 2, you'll know who Nightcrawler is. So that's him. I don't think we'll be seeing him today, unfortunately. In this tank here, we have Fire-Bellied Toads, 4 of them exact. And it's basically a half land, half water. We have some Opani driftwood, some more rocks that I found, a mixture of substrates. It's got fluorite, Floramax, and just some regular white sand, as you can see here in the front. We have some plants kind of sticking up above the surface of the water there, just to kind of create a beach feel, if you will, a island oasis. Because without all the duckweed in there, you'll get a good view of what that looks like. So I'll get you guys a video in the future of that, so stick around.
What do you feed them? Because the fattest fire bellies I've ever seen.
Yeah, these guys have a very heavy diet of the biggest crickets I can find them, and as many as I can get them, basically. And it's fun to watch too, because when this thing is heavy, the surface is heavy with duckweed, basically the crickets will bounce around on the surface of the water and have no effect of the water, you know, drowning them or anything like that. So it almost creates a layer of surface for them to jump around on. Frogs come creeping under the surface of the water as a swamp, if you will, and have lunch. This tank is actually inspired by Joel from Corvisoskin. His 150-gallon shrimp-only tank really inspired me to do something similar. So I had a 65-gallon tank that was empty, and I wanted to turn it into a shrimp-only tank. So we have red cherries in this tank, we have red Rileys, and we also have red crystals. They breed like crazy. I keep my high-quality shrimp in this tank. I try not to mix them. We have loads of lava rock. We have loads of Mopani driftwood in here, some Anubias, some Bucephalandra, Ledwigia, Bulbitis, which is actually one of my favorite plants here. You can see it up here in the corners here. It's great. But this right now is one of my favorite tanks, one of my favorite scapes. You guys tell me what you think in the comments as well. All right, you guys, this tank was, my goal here was simplicity. I didn't scape it, I didn't really do anything, I just placed things in there, and wherever it wound up being, it's where it wound up staying. So it is just full of plants, and it's got a real jungle look to it. I love it. I have a couple guppies in here, nothing too big. Red cherries in here as well. I have a high abundance of red cherries from my other tank back here that you guys are gonna see in a second. So I was able to spread them throughout most of my tanks that have, you know, shrimp-safe fish in them. So this tank was given to me from a good buddy of mine. He's the one that also gave me my Discus and most of my rimless tanks. Real good guy. He appreciates my love for the hobby and everything I do to try to contribute to the hobby. So he found that I was going to be the best home for all of his fish and tanks, and so here we are. And I appreciate him for doing that, because as you guys can see, it has consumed. I have tankitis, multi-tank syndrome, if you will. My wife was the one that actually got me into this hobby. We started off by getting a 75-gallon fish tank for free off the marketplace, and we started off, the big bala shark that you've seen in the 125 was one of the first fish that we had. He came with the tank, and we still have them. And from there, it just consumed. I got the one tank, the one fish, and I fell in love, and I wound up getting another tank. And I seen how tanks were coming so easily through Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist and whatnot, and people are giving their stuff away left and right. So I was like, well, I'll take that, and I'll take that, and I'll take this. And next thing you know, I have 15 tanks throughout my house, and it's a really fun hobby. When I work a lot, you know, I don't like to go outside and do a lot of things. So this is a good hobby that allows me to stay home, stay indoors, stay comfy, and play around with my living art. Spy. We have a spy. All right, you guys. This is one of my favorite tanks as well. What we have here is a 45-gallon rimless tank. Makes a great display. I just re-scaped this thing a couple days ago. Unfortunately, my Flowerhorn has decided to have her way with the gravel. She has kind of rearranged everything, ripped up rocks and moved wood, and, you know, doing what a Flowerhorn does best. Good thing though is, because she's laid eggs on this rock back here, that she has stayed away from this side of the tank. So this tank has remained as is, without interruption. We have some Valsenaria back there. We have lots of Anubias in this tank here. Manzanita driftwood that's broken off from other pieces, random pieces from my bigger tanks and whatnot. They make great additions. We have some Julia chromis rock dwellers in here. Those are really fun fish, really pretty fish. They're kind of aggressive. They give my Flowerhorn a run for their money, because she can't get into the tight rock spaces that they hide in. So as soon as they come out, she tries to get them and they can't.
Yeah,
she can't. So it's real fun. It's real fun. And she's real feisty right now, considering she has laid these eggs. You can see how vicious and angry that she is. I have a buddy who actually has a male Flowerhorn, real handsome guy, and I think we're gonna try breeding them once they get old enough.
All right, guys, that's a tour of Scottish.
Squattish.
I gotta leave that in there.
Yeah, right.
But, I want to thank Scott here. So if you like the tanks, go ahead and follow his YouTube channel. You'll see tours from Corvus Oskin to Bob Steenfott. So make sure you check out those channels as well. And I want to thank you and thank Mr. Einstein here. I had to do the outro here.
I had to get Einstein in there.
Nerd.
Well, thank you guys for coming. I appreciate you guys looking at my tanks. And once again, the channel is Scottish Aquatics.
Not Squattish.
And we'll see you guys in the next video because there's going to be a lot to come. So we'll see you guys soon.
Peace.
Later. Awesome.